Good morning, everybody. This is Swapnil Mathur for thinkdigit.com, and today I have with me the Oppo N1 cell phone. It's an Android phone from this company called Oppo, and it's a rather unique phone. What we're going to do today is essentially cover the unboxing. It's a pretty unique looking packaging. This isn't cardboard, or this isn't like recycled paper. Oppo has actually taken the effort to design the packaging in a really nice way. This is all high quality plastic. It doesn't feel cheap at all, which is sort of a good thing because the phone costs almost 40,000 bucks. Anyway, so there are two boxes that you get. So we're going to start with the main one, which is right here. So as you can see, there's the Oppo branding on this. And you open that up, and so this is what's on the inside. There is the phone. As you can see, this is a large 5.9-inch screen with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. It's a full HD screen, and you have this pretty sleek packaging. It's very reminiscent of Apple, if you ask us. Then you have these headphones, earbuds rather, and they wrap around this box. It's kind of like, again, how Apple sells their earpods in an iPhone. Then there's another box here, which I'm guessing is for the charger. So replacement ear tips, wall charger, and I think this is my standard micro USB cable to charge the phone. That's awesome. Now that proprietary stuff. Proprietary cables are just such a pain to handle. So you have that. Let's see what's over here. So nothing. This is again very Apple-like. There is the SIM ejector tool, little booklet, in user guide, quick start guide, all wrapped up in this neat little thing over here. There we go. I'll put that right back. So there you go. So this is the Oppo N1 unboxed. Very minimalist. It's, even though it is very reminiscent of how Apple does what they do, the good thing is that Oppo has actually done a pretty good job at this. The packaging does feel a little premium. It doesn't feel tacky in any way, which is good, unlike some other companies who've tried to ape Apple. So the phone goes in there and the lid goes back. Actually, there we go. So that is the Oppo N1. That's the main unit. We have a secondary box right here. Let's push this to the side. So what's in here? Now that is the interesting part. So the other thing Oppo has done is bundled this neat little shutter release button. It's a remote shutter release button that works with the phone. We've never seen any other manufacturer do this. Of course, there are remote shutter releases for different cameras. There are apps you can use, etc., etc. But there's never been one physical shutter release button that can remotely trigger the camera on your phone. So that's pretty interesting. In fact, the other unique thing about this is that the camera on the phone itself is something of a novelty. I'm just gonna show you guys. Hang on. There you go. So as you can see, this is the phone. It's pretty large. This is the camera unit at the back over here. But what's unique is that this 13 megapixel shooter is able to do this. So Oppo has just plugged in one camera into the phone and decided on a swivel design that allows the camera to function either as a back camera or as a front camera simultaneously. Well, not simultaneously, but without having to put in two camera modules. It saves them the space, gives you a better sensor even for front-facing photographs, which is pretty unique. But what we're trying to, and what this would help with, is that since the phone is so large, a physical remote shutter button would actually help you prevent a lot of shake. You can stabilize the phone with one hand and just sort of trigger your shutter with the other, which is pretty amazing. But we're going to have to test out the functionality, and we'll cover that in depth in our review coming up soon. Watch this space for more. Thank you.